Hello and welcome to Gospel Gleanings for this Sunday, October the 27th, 2024. My brothers and sisters, on this 30th Sunday in Ordinary Time, we hear from the Gospel of Mark, chapter 10, verses 46 through 52. As Jesus was leaving Jericho with his disciples and a sizable crowd, Bartimaeus, a blind man, the son of Timaeus, sat by the roadside begging. On hearing that it was Jesus of Nazareth, he began to cry out and say, "Jesus, Son of David, have pity on me." And many rebuked him, telling him to be silent. But he kept calling out all the more, "Son of David, have pity on me." Jesus stopped and said, "Call him." So they called the blind man, saying to him, "Take courage, get up, Jesus is calling you." He threw aside his cloak, sprang up, and came to Jesus. Jesus said to him in reply, "What do you want me to do for you?" The blind man replied to him, "Master, I want to see." Jesus told him, "Go your way, your faith has saved you." Immediately he received his sight and followed him on the way. My brothers and sisters, in our gospel this weekend, we see a great miracle of Jesus healing a blind man, Bartimaeus. I think it is interesting to note that it took courage for Bartimaeus to cry out to Jesus. And it takes great courage for us to seek Jesus, especially in our moments of difficulty and trial. But those moments of adversity should not keep us captive. They shouldn't prevent us from seeking Jesus Christ, calling out to him. And I think it is also notable to commend Bartimaeus for his perseverance. We see that he called out twice before Jesus said, "Call him." Do we have perseverance in our prayer? Do we continue to call out when we don't perceive a response from God? Is our faith strong enough to keep seeking, keep knocking, keep asking, in hopeful expectation that we will receive the fullness of God's will for our lives? Also, Jesus asked Bartimaeus in service what he could do for him. It is a reminder to us that we are to be men and women of service in likeness to Christ the servant. Bartimaeus trusted in the Lord God, recognized Jesus, and petitioned him. We also should recognize the power of God in our ordinary circumstances of life, but especially in those extraordinary circumstances where we are suffering and we allow our wound to carry us through to God, to be that occasion by which we seek God. You see, God still heals today. He still wants to heal us. But he's waiting for us to ask. He's waiting for us to dialogue with him. He's waiting for us to pour out our hearts to him. We see the way of the world as they respond to that, don't we? And many rebuked him, telling him to be silent. But it didn't stop Bartimaeus from crying out all the more. Therefore, we should not be discouraged by the world or our circumstances. We should not allow those situations to distract us from the unchanging power of God, who has dominion over death, has dominion over illness, dominion over adversity. He's waiting for us to acknowledge him. He's waiting for us to cry out. He's waiting for us to enter into relationship with him, because only then do we open the door of our hearts that Jesus Christ can enter. May we have the faith of Bartimaeus today to confidently and persistently seek the will of God. And like Jesus, may we also respond in haste to our brother or sister in need, helping them to see the goodness of God. Thank you, and have a wonderful weekend.